What is going on, YouTube? I am Derm here. Today we have another League of Legends strategy video coming to you guys. We're going to be talking about an item that is absolutely broken in the mid lane. It's taking over the mid lane meta in both solo queue and competitive play, and it's an item that if you play mid lane, if you play control mages, you need to be building, and if you do, you'll start to see increased win rates, more LP gains, higher ranks, all of that great stuff. So obviously today we are talking about Hextech GLP 800. If you've been following League of Legends competitive play recently, solo queue, all that stuff, high elo players, this is an item that's been absolutely taking over the meta in early season 10, and there's a lot of really good reasons why. It has incredibly high win rates. When you use it, you can really feel why. And in this video, we're going to be breaking down just why it's so good, how it's so good, and how you guys can use it most effectively in your games. So first up, last season, in Season 9, throughout the whole season, there was a lot of Hextech GLP actually being built. It was a really strong item. People have known it's been a strong item for a while, but it was always with Glacial Augment being your rune, and it kind of sucked because it wasn't as fun to use. Glacial Augment, you lost a lot of damage not having Electrocute. The items were definitely strong. GLP, Spooky Ghost, getting that active down, slowing people, allowing you to land your skill shots, allowing you to pick off people, allowing you to, catch out mispositioned carries and people in side lanes and stuff way more effectively. That was really good. The win rates were really strong. We knew that these items were strong, but you always lacked a little bit of damage in lanes where you had a lot of kill pressure. You kind of missed out a little bit by not having Electrocute. You kind of had to play really passive early, and you honestly really didn't. You couldn't even trade very, very effectively until you had finished your entire GLP. So it was kind of boring, kind of weak in lane. You could kind of get punished early for it. But it was definitely a really high win rate strategy and something a lot of people used, even though usually Electrocute had the higher play rate with the Luden's Echo. But in this season, people are taking that same Electrocute, being able to still bully and be really strong in the early game and in the early lanes, and just still using that Hextech GLP strategy straight over the Ludens. And it's really, really good, and the win rates are insane. So part of the reason why people are doing this is because there's a ton of early team fights in the games this season. There's a lot of early dragon fights. The games are super snowbally. It's a lot of stomp or get stomped. Your mages aren't looking to scale up as much anymore. You're not waiting for your AD carries to get to 2-3 items. You're not waiting for your mid laners to get to 2-3 items. You're really looking for huge, strong one-item power spikes. Assassins are super rampant in the mid lane. There's a ton of massive damage dealers everywhere. And if you're not getting to one item and being really strong and being effective, your team's gonna lose an early team fight. Your team's gonna get behind in dragons. The other team's gonna start taking over the map, and your team is gonna slowly fall behind. But GLP kind of allows you to keep up with some of those assassins and early game spiking mid laners, even if you are more of a control mage that's looking to spike a little bit more in the mid game. So when we look at the two items, GLP, it is 400 gold cheaper. Hextech GLP 800 costs 2,800. Luden's Echo costs 3,200. So for that extra 400 gold, you're getting an additional 10 AP on the Luden's Echo. It's 80 AP on GLP versus 90 LP on the Luden's Echo. Both of them give you 600 mana. Both of them give you 10% CDR, with haste giving you an additional 10% CDR. So both of them are giving you the same amount of mana, the same amount of CDR. The passives obviously are where the huge difference comes in. Luden's Echo, it's giving you that 10 additional AP, but obviously for the more gold, and then it's giving you that explosion on, like, once you get to 100 stacks of the Ludens, you get that AoE auto, or the AoE explosion, where it hits up to 4 targets for 100 plus 10% of your AP. It's really great for wave clear. It really adds an additional punch to your abilities. It really makes you strong, and pair that up with Electrocute, that's where you start to see people really one-shotting people. SYNDRA with Electrocute and Ludens, your wave clear is amazing. You're able to one-shot people. You're really, really disgusting. But the GLP active, it does some damage too. It does 100 to 200 damage plus 20% of your AP, and it also slows 65% for 2 seconds. And I think it shoots like 4 or 5 bolts. I'm not exactly sure how many bolts it shoots out, but it can hit 4 or 5 targets as well for similar damage to the Ludens. Obviously, the Ludens is going to be proccing more often. The GLP does have a longer cooldown. It's not a very big cooldown though. You can get it off sometimes 2 to 3 times within like a certain life. If you go bot lane, something pops off, then you rotate over to mid lane. Sometimes your GLP will come back up. Yeah, the only thing is it does hurt your wave clear a little bit. It does suck. The Ludens is so nice for wave clear. But control mages usually have just fine wave clear. I think this strategy is really best on AHRI, SYNDRA, and Orianna are the 3 people that I'm finding it most successful with. I think they're definitely the 3 best champions, but also I think stuff like VEIGAR, neeko, and maybe even Aurelion Soul could implement this strategy really, really well. And if you're AHRI, SYNDRA, or Ori, you're not going to have problems wave clearing. but the GLP can really help you set up your crucial skill shots. Like as AHRI, if you're able to get a GLP down, you start dashing around, you're going to hit a big charm on someone, or you're just going to get to Q through them so many times for free. They're going to be slowed, your team gets to follow up, you can catch them out in the side lane, whatever. Syndra, once you get the slow on them, landing your QE and then your entire combo becomes so easy. I know you do lose a little damage not having the Ludens, I know I've said that, but once you land your combo on Syndra, you're going to be one-shotting people. So if that GLP helps you really land that perfect scatter of the week into a stun, into a kill, then you're not going to be missing the damage from Luden. So I think it's great on Syndra. Orianna, letting you set up that perfect shockwave, slowing a bunch of people, catching all those people in your huge AoE. The only way you can dodge skill shots after getting hit by a GLP active is if you have a dash or something. So if you're against someone immobile, which the other team, they're usually going to have someone immobile, whether it's their AD carry, their mid laner, their jungler, something, they'll be an immobile priority target in most games. If you're able to get the GLP onto them and they don't have a dash and they don't have flash, you should be one-shotting them, you should be killing them, or at least locking them down long enough for your team to kill them with Hextech GLP. And that's something that you just can't get with Ludens, and GLP is even cheaper. So that's why we're seeing this so much. I was a little skeptical at first. I thought it was maybe just like a wacky experimental build that people were trying out, but I promise you guys, I've been playing it a ton. I've seen an immediate win rate increase on all of my mid laners, specifically AHRI and Syndra, but I think it would work on again, another list of all the control mages that I listed before. I think it's really strong. If you guys play mid lane, you definitely need to be using this strategy, at least right now. I don't know, maybe it'll get nerfed sometime soon. I don't think so though, but they're playing it in competitive, they're playing it in solo queue, high elo solo queue, and it's really strong. And I guarantee you play a couple games so that you'll feel just how strong it is, why it's so strong, and I think you guys will really start winning more games. And that's what I want. I want you guys climbing up. I hope that's what I want this channel to be, a place for you guys to learn the best strategies, all of that stuff, to become better players and start climbing up. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you enjoyed. Leave a comment down below. What do you think about this new Hextech GLP with Electrocute build? Are you going to be trying out? If you do try it out, let me know how that goes. Subscribe so updated on all my latest content, strategies, guides, League of Legends breakdowns, all of that stuff coming to you guys in the very near future. Hopefully I see you guys all in the next video. Until then, peace.